Hey everyone, Rhonda Robson with Rhonda's Tri-RRR-tistry. Thanks for joining me on my art channel. Today we're doing step number 6 of my wine glass process, which is the last one, and that is to cut the resin off and polish it so that they look like these. So let's get started right now.
Well, hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Rhonda. Like I said in the intro, we are going to be cutting resin. That sounds weird, I know. But we are going to cut some resin today so that way we can fully finish the bottom of our glasses. And not only are we going to cut it, I'm going to show you how to polish it. So the reason why I want to show this is because if you wait too long to cut your resin or to polish your resin, it gets very hard like glass, and so it's really hard to do that. If you watched my video last time, you know that I took a glass like this that has my paint skin on here, and I put the resin over top, and then once I peel this off, it actually has a lip of resin around the edge, so there would be some resin around here, the edge. I wait only 24 hours, sometimes it's even less than that, still while the resin is somewhat pliable, but to the touch it doesn't leave fingerprints, and it's forgiving a little bit more. And so we're going to cut the edges off, and then we're going to polish it, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do that. So let me get you down, let me show you how I make this look so pretty, that you go from this to this. All right, well let me get you down and show you that. Bye for now. Bye.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Right now, this has been sitting for a little less than 24 hours, and the resin is still slightly malleable. So we're going to test this to see if it's good enough to go ahead and cut it and to pull all of this off. Now, this first batch, I forgot to put silicone on the liquid latex, on the bottom of this, so we'll see if I have some excess resin on my glasses, but and I'll show you, there's also a couple that dripped that I'll show you how to fix that. But what you need is, you're going to want some safety glasses, because when you do cut it, sometimes things fly. You're going to want some type of a box cutter knife. I call it X-Acto knife. It's not an X-Acto knife, I know that, but you're going to want fresh blades. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to the other side to make sure that I have a brand new blade on the top here, and then you make sure it clicks into place. I also have gloves that help, and then to polish, because it's still malleable, I have towels, and then I have my heat gun here. So let's go ahead and get our safety glasses on, and then let's get started. So the first thing that I want to do, I'm going to move this out of the way for right now. The first thing that I want to do is I want to pull the tape off. So you start here and you start pulling. Now it looks like it's almost too malleable and it's not going to pull off. Well, no, there it goes. So the tape just kind of pulls off. Yep, that works good. You just don't want it to pull off the actual glass. So got that. Make sure you have your garbage can nearby, which I don't, so let me get it nearby. And then this is what you have, right? This is still, it's dry enough to the touch that it's not going to make any fingerprints, and it's not going to do anything, but it will, if you accidentally put the knife on there, it will make a mark on it. So you do want to be careful. So safety first, always. These are my extra knives for later. And if this were to be too hard right now, then you could heat it up with your heat gun to help cut. So let me grab my glasses. And you're going to want to find a spot, and you're just going to cut into it. And you're going to allow your knife to go along the nice edge of the glass. You don't want to cut into it, meaning like you don't want to be like this, because you're going to cut into the design. You just want to go along this using the glass as the guide. And if you have a nice sharp blade, you should do pretty good. Okay, so I don't use my gloves during this period, I forgot. So I'm going to come back through here. There's a couple areas that I feel like are A little too excess. It didn't get right down to the glass, which is right there. And then you want to look to see if you have any on top of the glass, and I do because I didn't have the liquid latex. And then I just kind of go along this edge here. Yeah. Just know that liquid latex is the best thing that you can do to make sure it doesn't go on your glass. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down on this paper. Get my resin off. And it might be still too tacky to do this. No, it's doing pretty good still. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and this top area right here, I'm going to turn on my heat gun. Oops, it's not plugged in. So you turn it on low. To get it warmed up, and then you should be able to come in here and get that off there a little bit easier. What I do with, I'm going to show you the sides before I finish the top here. What I do with the sides is, because it's kind of jaggedy right there, I use my towel, my gloves to help me hold everything. And I take this and I go around the edges. And then I take my towel and I just gently go back and forth, and it's sawing or sanding the edges so that it's nice and shiny. Look really good. Okay, hold on. So then I use another towel to kind of just get all the dust off. And then I take my hand and I just kind of go like that. And it's polished the edges. There's a little bit right here. That's why I use my gloves. It kind of grips it better for me. There we go. That's better. Okay, so now I'm going to put this down here and I'm going to try to get this off. I'll work on the tops more when I'm sitting down watching TV, less. So there you go. And that's done. All nice and circumference, all pretty. Looks good. But then I'll leave it up like this because what I don't want to do is to have it land on anything, like a piece of Liquitex and it stinks in there and then it doesn't have a flat surface. So make sure that you clear all the silicone or the resin, I keep saying the wrong thing, the resin, and get that off of there so that your bottom is perfectly flat to the ground. Okay, that's it. Here's this one. So yeah, that way. That way. And you can kind of see this one started to have a little bit of the resin on it right there. So I need to get a, I don't want to scratch it, so I'm going to get a paper towel and put some water on it, and that'll help.
All right, well, let me show you one with liquid latex because it's way easier for the top. So as you can see, I'm pulling the tape off, and that's the liquid latex, the rubbery looking stuff, the webbing looking stuff that's right there stuck to my tape. Now, most of it comes off on the tape, but you might have to rub a little bit off with your fingers off the glass. But once that's done, at least you don't have a lot of the resin left on there. So the next thing I do is I heat up the resin because this resin is a little bit thicker than the other resin, and it actually is a little bit harder too as well. So once I've got it a little bit softened, then I take my knife using the glass like I did in the first one, and I slowly go around cutting this resin off. Now be very careful. I go really slow to make sure that I don't cut my finger. I've been doing this a while and I'm really cautious on that. So there is that big piece of resin. And so now I'm just gonna take the knife, and I use my thumb as a guide on the blade to just take the little bit of excess that's on the top of the glass. And there's a little bit there that I need to cut a little bit more off to make it not, I call it jaggedy, but not too jaggedy anyway. So pretty much the glass is done other than now polishing it. And so right now I'm just kind of getting it so that I can kind of see how much needs to be polished. I need to get my gloves on because that really helps grip the glass and also grips the towel. Sorry for my dog, there must be somebody at my door. But anyway, so I take the glass and I go back and forth with the towel, and it helps to polish and sand off the excess resin that's on the glass. And so I will take my glove on and off depending on how much is coming off, and then I go over it with my hand to see how smooth it is. And if it's smooth enough, then I am done. But if it's not, and I feel like there's more to be done, I might use the heat gun again, like I am right here, to heat the edges just up a little bit. And then sometimes I'll then take my fingers and I'll grab the edge of the glass like you see me doing there, and just smoothing it out even more so. And I want to make sure that, the reason why I wipe the bottom is I want to make sure that the resin is off the bottom, because you don't want that little piece that you just sanded off to be on the bottom, and then it creates it like an uneven bottom and it gets tippy, because once it's hard and once it's on there, it stays on there. But that looks really nice. What do you think? Super awesome. So thanks for watching all these steps. Today was step number 6. Next video is going to be all the steps put together. All right, bye for now. Bye. Thanks for joining me today. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and clicking that notification bell. And if you like this video, I bet you're going to like these as well. Thanks a lot and have a great day. Bye. Bye.